Hey humans, Coach Mindy here with your Find the Drive workout of the day. Today we have Sweet 16. It is 5 rounds, 4 time of the following. We have 16 alternating dumbbell power snatches, followed by 16 single dumbbell suitcase deadlift, then 16 single dumbbell squats, and then closing out each round with a single dumbbell bent over row. So you have 4 movements, all 16 total reps, which means you'll be doing 8 per side. The only movement you will be alternating on is going to be the snatch. Everything else, the other 3 movements, the deadlift, the squat, and the row, will all be 8 on one side, then 8 on the other. To get you ready for that, we're going to go through our warm-up twice, starting out with good mornings. 10 reps each, fingertips by the ears, pinch your shoulder blades together, soft bend in the knee, and hinge, pushing those knees back, keeping your eye on the horizon and that chest up. Don't drop your chest so you're looking straight at the ground. Keep that chest up. We want to feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings. Stand all the way up, squeeze the butt, squeeze the gut at the top. 10 reps there, followed by our wide toe sweep. So you're going to take your hands down to your right leg, sweep across to the left, standing all the way up, and then reverse it. 10 reps there. Keep those legs wide. We're going to lateral lunges next. So push that knee out, drop those hips, stand all the way up, and then the other side. 10 total reps there. Then we're going to go into our toy soldier kick to a single leg toe touchdown. So I'm going to kick up with my right, then try not to let your leg take any more weight, hinging forward, that leg going back and touching down. You're going to do 5 on one side, then 5 on the other. Our lunge combo is next. So forward lunge, reverse lunge equals 1, 5 per side, 10 total reps, big step forward, drop your back knee, stand all the way up, big step backwards, making sure that hip is stacked over the knee, that front knee is stacked over the heels. We don't want to get too narrow on this. 2 90-degree angles, standing all the way up. So again, front to back equals 1. Next up, we have 10 air squats. So feet shoulder width apart, keep those arms up or by your ears. Hips go back and down, pushing those knees out. Stand all the way up. 10 reps there, and then our last movement of the warm-up, we're only going to do 5 reps, and it is a down dog push-up. So your hands and your feet ideally will not move. You start out in a high plank, rocking back in a downward dog. Try to get those heels to the ground. Rock back forward, chest to the ground, press back up, and back to downward dog. 5 reps there, 2 times through that warm-up to get you ready for Sweet 16. Sweet 16, we are going to start out with a single dumbbell power snatch. Power snatch meaning we're just standing straight up and not going into a squat. They look like this. Excuse me. All right, they look like this. So, you are taking a dumbbell from the ground overhead. So, from the front, I have that dumbbell running horizontally between my feet, in line with my shoestrings. I'm not letting it get out in front of my toes. From here, I'm going to hinge forward, not into a full squat. I'm going to keep my hips slightly elevated, and I'm going to get a full grip on that dumbbell. I'm keeping my opposite arm out with tension and trying to look up at the horizon. From here, stand tall. Lock out the legs, squeeze the gut, squeeze the butt, elbow goes high and outside, punch overhead. And then it simply reverses straight down. So from the side, it looks like this. Stand up and reverse it. To prime us for this movement, we start out that dumbbell in between your feet. It's kind of a hybrid stance. It's not quite as far as your squat stance, but definitely not narrow like a deadlift. From here, hinging forward on the horizon, hips slightly elevated, full grip. I just want you to stand tall, lock out your legs, squeeze your butt, squeeze your gut. That's step one. Give me a couple reps there, alternating each time your dumbbell touches the ground, because that's what we'll be doing during the workout. After a couple reps there, we're going to stand tall, squeeze the butt, squeeze the gut, and then shrug. Dumbbell goes down, change sides. All right, so just stand tall, legs lock and flex, shoulder shrugs. No bend in the arm yet. After you do a couple per side, alternating hands, then we're going to go into a shrug and high pull. Elbow goes high and outside, dumbbell stays nice and close to my body. Elbow is higher than my wrist. Looks like this. Do that a couple times per side, alternating every time it touches the ground. And the final piece is just punch overhead. So, looks like this. So do that a couple times before you start the workout, just to get ready, breaking it down in those steps. Standing tall, stand tall shrug, stand tall pull, stand tall punch. All right. That is the only movement in today's workout where you alternate hands. So that dumbbell comes down, as soon as it touches the ground, switch hands. All right, your next movement is going to be a single dumbbell suitcase deadlift. So my feet are more narrow. I'm going to hinge down, grab that dumbbell from one end so it looks like this, but I'm going to keep a full grip. Don't get lazy and grab down here. Full grip on that center part of the dumbbell. We're just angling it down. Feet are slightly more narrow. Hinging forward, dumbbell touches the ground right outside of my pinky toe. You'll notice that my hips are elevated. I'm not down into a squat, and I'm not rounding out with straight legs. Keep that back nice and flat, midline stable. Look up at the horizon. Stand tall, squeeze your butt, squeeze your gut. Same thing. 8 on one side, then 8 on the other. From the front, it'll look like this. Try to keep those hips level. Don't find yourself twisting. All right. From your suitcase deadlift, and again, it's not alternating. It's going to be 8 on the right, then 8 on the left. We're going to step our feet out to a squat stance. Return the dumbbell back to our right side. Dumbbell head rests on my shoulder. Elbows pointing straight ahead. Hips go back and down to a squat and stand from the side. Notice that I'm keeping that elbow up. It's not pointing to the ground. Dumbbell is in contact with my shoulder. That allows me to have a little bit of rest, but keeps the weight. What we want to watch here is tilting or listing to the weight. Just think of this as an air squat with slightly offset weight. You're going to do 8 on one side, 8 on the other. An important piece here. Make sure you're standing all the way up and be purposeful when you switch which side the weight is on. Don't get lazy and relax when you switch the weight. Even though it's probably a lighter weight that we're working with, we still want to do it with care, because it's often when it's a lighter weight that we injure ourselves or do something silly. So 8 squats per side, keeping that elbow up. Try to point it straight ahead, eye on the horizon. And then you're going to close out each round with a bent over row. So we stand nice and tall. Dumbbell returns back to our right side. Feet are underneath our hips. I'm going to hinge forward like I'm doing a good morning. So that dumbbell is right to the outside of my knee. Eye on the horizon. Chest up. Pull straight back. Elbow scrapes the side. Dumbbell comes right down and back to the outside of my knee. Don't let it drift away from you. Don't let it get high and outside. Just straight back and down. 8 on one side. 8 on the other. Stand tall. And then go right into round 5. 5 rounds, 4 time, 16 total reps per movement, 8 per side. Going a little bit fast here. We're looking for about 15, 16 minutes. Thus the name, Sweet 16. If you have any questions or need some options, let me know. Otherwise, have a great workout.